Hi there, Mark Jabin here, Medical Director for the Haywood County Health Department. Let's talk about this pandemic. We know the weeks just seem to be rolling by, and it's time again for the weekly update. So overall, levels of cases around the county and region remain low, but just about everyone we follow was up a bit this week. And the Delta variant continues its exponential spread. So please share this with someone you care about. This week, still no states in the red, 7 in the orange, that's up from 6 last week. And note the change in Florida, still with the highest rate of new cases in the U.S. and now at around 24.6 new cases a day average per 100,000 population, just below the threshold of 25 for being in the red zone. So if that trend continues, they will become a red state here shortly. And Arkansas joining its neighbor Missouri with a large number of counties in the red. There's only one state in the green, that's down from 3, and Vermont with the lowest rate in the U.S. again, but at 0.9 new cases per 100,000. They have seen an increase this week as well and are about to cross back up into the yellow. For our neighbor states, all up this week, all with fewer counties in the green, if you'll notice. Georgia, after being the lowest of our neighbors for many weeks, now the highest amongst our neighbors, and you'll notice in Tennessee, much less green. For North Carolina, higher than our neighbors for the past several weeks, but despite its own increase, it's now the lowest of each of those. Cases very much up this week in North Carolina from just below 300 per day average to 450 this week average. That's a 50% increase almost. And deaths again up this week from 3 a day to 7 per day this last week. Hospitalizations up as well. You'll also notice in North Carolina, no counties in the red. We've gone from 2 to 3 in the orange. 18 in the green last week, only 9 this week. But of those 9, 6 are reported as no new cases at all. And in the past, this has often been just not reporting rather than actually not having any cases. So we just don't know. There may be even fewer in the green, representing a step upwards in cases across the state. Across western North Carolina, after a week of substantial green on the map, 4 of those 5 counties in the green last week saw increases that have put them back up into the yellow this week. Graham County up a tad, and actually with the highest rate in North Carolina this week. And Clay, with the most notable decrease, continues its plummeting rate coming off that nursing home outbreak to be down in the yellow. Swain back down into the green, and substantial increases for everyone in yellow except for Macon and Clay. As far as testing, not really much change. The state and Buncombe up both just a bit. For Haywood County, we are now at 4,504 cases for the total pandemic. That's an increase of 6 new cases reported in the past week. But there are at least 3 more not yet showing up in the records that in the reports that we know about. These are fellow citizens admitted to the hospital near the end of this week. And of interest, 2 of those admitted were not vaccinated. 1 had been fully vaccinated. And no additional deaths reported this week. So here's the summary. The numbers are still low overall, but this week we certainly saw a trend upward across the country, the state, and the region. Remember the goal for the country? Less than 5,000 new cases a day average and less than 100 deaths a day. We are now we're close to that, but still above that. The goal for North Carolina, less than 100 new cases a day average and less than 1 to 2 deaths a day average. We were at 450 new cases average and 7 deaths a day average. Goal for Haywood County is less than 2 to 3 new cases a day, less than 20 per week, and we had 6 new cases for the week. So after weeks of approaching these goals closer and closer, this week was a move backwards. Remember, the numbers we see today reflect what really was going on 1 to 2 weeks before. So we'll see if this week's numbers are merely a blip, or have we seen the lowest we're going to get, and we're on our way back up now. So be aware of the places you are traveling this summer. You can do that by checking at globalepidemics.org. The Delta variant accounted for 20% of new cases 2 weeks ago, now for about 50% of cases. This is what exponential spread looks like. So bring home good memories, not COVID. Be well and be careful, especially right now.